And also, we are sure that we cannot do worse than your generations.
Okay, guys. Okay, you. Okay. This is coming up for the second time.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But you're not being specific. What exactly we did wrong? Right. I'm talking now. I'm saying we, because I'm a fusion of all these generations, including the fact.
What do you mean fusion? Like, okay,
Because I've been there through all these generations, right? So I know.
You were 38 years old.
Don't flip it. Don't change the topic. Right?
First, tell us what generation you are. We
I
don't
said,
know, like,
you
what
didn't tell us this
generation.
the global commander generation.
Yeah, well, in letters, because there's Generation V, which and then Generation W, which was the baby boomers. Generation X.
It was way before before that. Way before that.
Lungani, you are not old.
What are you talking about?
Brody thinks he was born in the Middle Ages.
Are you a vampire? Like,
Yes, he is a vampire.
I do. I honestly feel like I'm surrounded by vampires because you guys say. I feel like you guys are hiding something from me. I think like maybe this generation is hiding something from us. If you're watching at home, I know you feel exactly what I feel right now. This generation is hiding something from us, right?
What do we have to hide our search history? It's just like what's 1 plus 1?
Because they're saying we don't have a plan, but we know we'll do better than you guys. You know, I'm like, what's the plan? What do you want to change? No, you know, we do have a plan, but what's the plan? The plan doesn't come out. I'm like, it feels so spooky in the studio right now. I'm like,
spooky.
Yeah.
Halloween is over. It's Christmas.
Well, I know, but it feels spooky right now. What is okay? Individual.
Okay, I'm giving purposeful sly smiles right now. I'm trying to make Lungani more uncomfortable. I'm just like.
Okay, let's be specific, right?
okay.
Individually, right?
Mm-hmm.
Individually, you.
Yeah.
You.
Yes.
Right? Leave the generation thing alone, right? What change do you want to bring in this world? I don't care. Maybe you want to bring a change in your community, in a small community, or in this world. But in this case, because everything and anything that you do, at some point will affect or impact the person that is next to you. And then if the person that is next to you getting affected, then the other person, and the other person, the other person, the other person, it's a chain, right?
Mm-hmm.
So whatever move you do will always have an impact in the community, right? So what are you guys planning to do differently in this community? What are you planning to bring? I don't care whether in the next 20 years, 50 years, 100 years, 5 years, 2 days, I don't care. What are you
from
planning?
500 years to 2 days, gosh.
Yeah, what are you planning to do? What are you planning to do differently?
Well, I will say one thing. Like earlier generations, and this is also history influenced, but I'm not gonna go that far.
Right.
But let's take for example the year 1964.
Mm-hmm.
Civil Rights Act.
Okay.
That was to help. To be honest, I woke up like a couple hours ago, so my mind is not fresh at all. So that was like to give rights to all people in America.
Okay.
Right? And so you see, older generations have brought upon this idea of like racism, homophobism, sexism, and all that. So like nowadays, like you see like you'll see all these movements that to try and end that. Because that's the change that we're trying to bring. That's what we mean by not just like physical mess, but also that type of mess that older generations have left.
Okay. All right.
Well, I am planning to do nothing because I lost all of my hope for humanity. And I'm just gonna live my life, slay through it, and one day die. Mic drop.
Damn!
Wait. You lost hope?
For humanity, because like we overpopulated the world. There is too many of us on this planet.
No, I'd be fine with 10 billion.
Yeah, no, okay. And yeah, people are just like, no.
Come
on, guys. No. Let's talk about this. Is serious. No, this is serious stuff that you just mentioned right now. That's a serious point.
I am serious, man.
Why did you lose hope in humanity?
Because honestly, humans are just like sheep. If one man comes, let's say Donald Trump for this, and says something, a lot of people won't even think about it. They will just follow him.
That is very true.
So
okay, all the Trump fans out there, this is not just Trump. There are all other people. Like for example, earlier, Lungani was like Kanye West and whatever he said. Maybe people like just follow people blindly without even considering their points.
Right.
So, which is a very good point. Mm-hmm. Why'd you say that? Now I'm losing humanity.
But like, it doesn't make any sense because we are like creating new electrical cars that are better for environment. But think about this: in 24, 30 years, those cars will be old. Where will you put all of those old batteries? They will be all the waste on this planet.
Yeah,
and they will
batteries cause chemical waste.
So
wait, what?
Like, just think about it for like a longer time. Yeah, they are good for now, but in future there will be a huge waste.
So that's another thing. Like, we just want to live the moment right now.
Okay.
Like see the positive right now. Like for example, electric cars, like you said. Obviously, like when they're old, the battery will one day stop functioning. And those batteries are like, they're not just like the Duracell batteries that you'll find that you can just easily recycle. Like those those leak a bunch of chemicals and all that. But the thing is that what is worse, the chemical waste or gasoline, which is harmful for our atmosphere?
Yeah.
But now I think that's a good point. That's a good point. But you know what I think? I think you raised an issue, right?
Yeah.
That we might come across in the future, and you are adding in that issue, but at the same time you are coming up with a solution, right? Because we talked about the Duracell, right? The Duracell rechargeable batteries.
Not rechargeable, right? Just like normal batteries.
Normal batteries, but you can be able to recycle them, right?
Yeah, they're. But I mean, I don't know. Do you recycle batteries? I mean, I just throw them in the recycle.
Well, even if you cannot, even if you cannot, but that's an idea that if we look into that future problem, that future issue, then how about we come up with a solution? Right?
Okay, you know what? I will say one thing.
Instead of losing hope in humanity, how about we come up with a solution that, okay, we know what to expect in the future, but right? What can we do right now, rather than just giving up on humanity?
Literally, this show just went from, hey, today we're not having a guest, we're going to be interviewing some people, to literally being like, okay, now we're going to argue on who's better. Like, gosh dang, how does this even evolve?
Wait, don't run away from the topic, okay? Okay. You brought it up. You guys brought it up.
But the thing is that we already have a solution. We have a ton of different ways to have restorable energy, like solar panels, like we can use those things, and you can put solar panels on cars. Yes, it's not enough power to start the car, right. But there is also water engines, different engines that we can put attention to instead of like building a new iPhone 13 Pro Max Plus.
15. They already came out with 13 and 14.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. You know? And like Elon Musk having chips for the brain so you can listen music through your head.
Where is that coming from? Where did you get from? Where
did you get that from?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Like, I have never heard of chips in the brain so you can listen to music.
Your dad was having an interview of him yesterday, and he said that he's working on a chip that will go here, and you can just... It's kind of like Siri.
That's dangerous. That's dangerous. Because like Elon Musk could just like put some sort of like processor that can one day take over our entire nervous system. It can become robots to him. It can actually happen.
Okay, so what if we already have that right now? How would you know?
Well, then we're damned.
I tell you, I lost all the hope for humanity. Like we are just extincting. We are killing ourselves, basically.
We're endangered.
But honestly,
we still have like 7.9 more billion people to go. So.
Right, but honestly, I think it's this is a good opportunity for us, for three of us here, and maybe someone who's watching at home can enlighten us up, you know, and you know, and give an advice. But I think at this moment we can talk about solutions. I mean, I'm still stuck on that thing that you said. You lost hope in humanity because of what's happening around. I mean, look at how young you are. Like 16 years old, like 12 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah, 16 years old, 12 years old. But you already lost hope in humanity.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well,
That's honestly crazy. I think what we can do is to talk about what change we want to bring.
Yeah.
You know, and what we can do as well, I will include myself as a young person, although I'm like 20 times older than you guys.
No, you are. Oh my gosh.
What can we do? What can we do? Okay, as people who are sitting in the table right now, you know, and then people who are watching at home right now, what can we do to change the situation rather than losing hope in humanity? That's like crazy, bro. I mean, I'm sure, like, you know, like 100 years ago, because, you know, I was there.
You were. You were.
A lot of people.
Okay. You know what? What happened 100 years ago? Like what?
Yeah.
What happened? Like where were you 100 years ago? What happened in that area? Like now you know.
Don't change this out.
No. You brought
We
this
talked
up.
about the history. We talked about the present. Now we're talking about the future, right? Now we're paving the future now, right?
Yeah. But I want to.
And the reason why we're talking about this is because of what he said, right? Because if one person like him is able to say something like that, there's probably millions or thousands of people who are feeling the same way.
Yeah.
And you were also
There
getting
are.
convinced. You were also getting convinced.
Like TikTok. Like, yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah, that's the downside of social media.
Yeah.
right. So instead of saying we're losing hope on humanity, what can we do? What can we do? You talked about, you know, recycling the batteries.
Yeah, but that will never happen because people who are on top are looking for the way to earn money. And Elon Musk is not gonna change his whole company and lose a lot of money to make something good for Earth. And that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
That's why I lost the hope because
But does that stop you from like starting your own company? The company that's gonna do the right thing?
Wait, but doesn't Mateo want to become a dancer though?
yeah, but
I mean, why would Mateo change his entire career just to recycle batteries? I mean, he just wants to be a dancer.
you
But
see.
for the sake of saving the planet,
Okay.
you can do it. For the sake of, I mean, there's a lot of people who I'm not only a dancer,
Yeah.
you know, but when I dance, when I perform, you'd swear that's the only thing I know, right?
Yeah, but it's not.
So it's not the only thing I know. That's what I mean exactly. So you cannot only focus on being a dancer and say, oh, okay, I'll just watch the world dying because I cannot do anything about it. I need to focus on my dancing, right?
Well, you can if you want.
But here we're discussing it and we're giving each other advice so we can both understand.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm.
And you are you falling for this? You also giving up on human beings?
No.
No.
Not in the near future. In the distant future, it depends. If like I'll be like 30, you know, and I'll see like the world collapsing or something, I'll just be like, you know what? I don't care.
Yeah.
Just.
And that's
just
why
watch it.
our generation is better.
Yes, because.
I still don't understand. Why do you think this is better?
Well, that's the reason. Other
Is it
generations
less
don't.
stress for you guys? Maybe.
No, but other generations don't even understand our supremacy. That's the thing.
Make us understand right now. Please go for it.
No, because you can't do that because you just don't see our point of view, and I can tell you my point of view, but you will be like, we can change it, we can't.
No. Just let me know. Just express it right now. Because the reason why we're talking is for us to understand.
Okay.
Right? And I believe it's the reason why we were given the voices and the mouth, you know, so we can be able to only to express with our voices, not only through our feelings. So go for it. Try me. Maybe I'll understand.
Okay. So, I don't know how to put this. Right. Just like imagine if you're a child right now. I mean, a child, not like child.
Right. Yeah.
And you went through the COVID. You went through all the things that had happened to our life, and being so involved in social medias and having that pressure over you, and having the pressure of, I mean, there are still wars like Russia and Ukraine that.
Wait, that's still going on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the thing is that we knew that was gonna happen. Like Russia attacked Ukraine in like 2014 on Crimea, and nobody talked about it. And then when it happened again, America or NATO, like
NATO. Yeah,
NATO?
NATO.
decided to come in and like put a voice to it. But it was happening for years before it started.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So I'm just saying, because it's not just that I lost hope, but I don't really give a shit. I don't care. like that's my point of view. Like, I'm gonna live. I'm not gonna mess up more. I am gonna try if I have opportunity to make things better. But I'm not gonna stress myself and destroy my health stressing over things that I cannot control, because people
Yeah,
in
because
history
also
made
it's
mess.
also just like how America's set up. It's a democracy. Like if this was maybe England, where it's like a monarchy, maybe if Mattia went there, became the king, he could probably do something about that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, but like you see, America, we have a president just to keep things in like order, but it's more of like a rule of the people. Like
Yeah.
that's what like democracy is all about. If you know what I mean.
And
So-
I'm not saying that democracy now is wrong. I support democracy, but think about it a little bit. You're giving everybody right to speak. Everybody.
Is that wrong or is that right? What are you saying?
Oh
do
my
you
gosh.
think
Okay,
that's wrong, or
freedom
you
of
think that's
speech
right?
is very controversial. Like people should be able to express what they want, when
Yeah.
they want, however they want. But they should realize that how it should affect others.
Yeah.
So there are some aspects of freedom of speech. And last year in history, in US history, we had a huge debate about this. Like, we raised our hands, like, how many of you want to think freedom of speech should be unlimited, and how many of you should be limited? They're like, there were like 4 or 5 people, including me, who raised their hand that said it should probably be limited. And, so yeah, we had an entire debate.
But how do you draw the line? That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
how do you draw-
We can't draw the line
That's the problem,
because people would still violate the law. Like the law is not as oh my gosh, how am I gonna say this? As well as it's made and how people try and make it to be like this, it's not a brick wall. It's
Right.
not a thing. It's not a limit. People go over the law, and that's why we make jail. But jail is also just another.
Right.
Yeah, I don't
get
know.
it.
And also we're trying to create these black and white rules for humans, but we are not black and white. There are different shades, so you cannot make a rule to forbid someone from speaking, because in some sense they can be right, in some sense they can be wrong. You can't just make a rule about it.
And
It's not that easy.
and a lot of people are just like nowadays they're super radical and all that.
Yeah.
And so like you have to watch what you say. Like 5 years ago you could just like walk around in Walmart, say whatever you want and just go to sleep peacefully. But now like you gotta really think about like who are you talking to? What do these people believe in? So but then there's the thing. How do you limit freedom of speech to people? Like to specific people, like that's the thing. So that's why it's just very controversial.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Well, I'm really glad to hear this coming from you guys, and it's really interesting that you see the change that happened within like 5 years. You said 5 years ago you just have a conversation with the person without being worried if they're gonna be offended or something like that.
That's why we're superior.
Yeah. I think I'm starting to understand now. You know what? Now, okay. Here's an issue. We've put the issue on the table. But now, how do we deal with it? Because I asked the question, where do we draw a line? It seems like I don't have an answer. I don't know, where do we draw a line? How do you approach a stranger? Do you just keep quiet? Sometimes you don't even greet people because you don't even know how they're going to respond. It might be offensive. There's one time where I met this gentleman and I said, hello, sir. I was like, good morning, sir. And he's like, I'm your sir, do I smell like shit? you know. So in his mind, I didn't know what the word "sir" means for him, because there's a lot of different things now. It's hard to tell, you know. So I was like, oh my god, this is crazy, you know. So it's how do we draw the line?
You can.
How do we approach people? How do we
Because here's the thing,
communicate with people?
You can't really draw a line because there will be people who will try to draw a line, but people will go around, will work their way around it. Like I don't know if you quote unquote remember this from your life, but but like when America was first formed, there were two parties: Federalists and Anti-Federalists.
Right.
The parties that we know, Democrats and Republicans,
yeah.
those long time ago, we would have been Anti-Federalists. Federalists, and we also had a debate on this in history last year. Federalists, they had a stronger, not stronger, but they had a more enforced way of law. But the thing is that sometimes you can just work your way around it, and you can still say like that's not I'm still obeying the law.
Right.
Like if you like take for example Jim Crow laws. Those are a way of evading and I'm glad those are abolished. But Jim Crow laws, those like I forget which laws they work their way around themselves around. But
do you
those
think that's how maybe culture was created? Because this, you know, in different countries and different cultures, there's a way of greeting. You know, there's a way of handing something to a person, because if you do something different to that, that shows or indicates disrespect. Do you think maybe along the way, thousands and thousands of years ago, the culture keep changing, or maybe that's how the culture get invented? Because you know, because when you say law, it's something different. When you say culture, it's something different.
Yeah.
You know. Do you think maybe there's people that sat on the table like this and they were like, okay, so now there's different ways of approaching a person. There's different perspective of, you know, what this means or what these words mean.
Yeah,
How
but
about we come together and then we create one word that we all gonna understand, that if you put your hand like this, you mean, hello, can you shake my hand? Are you okay? I'm your friend. I'm not your enemy. You know, can we go have coffee or something like that? Do you think maybe that's how?
Well, as you said, a thousand years ago, I really doubt that really existed. I mean, cause. Okay, I had an entire thought in my head and I literally just lost it. I hate when this happens.
Yeah, okay, go for it. Do you think?
Well, I think that culture shouldn't be something in the past. I think culture should evolve even with our generations. And I don't really think that there should be like one universal language for everybody. I think if you go to like, let's say, France, you should learn something from it. You shouldn't just be like, okay, I know everything, I'm here, and just walk through it, you know?
Right.
So I think that's good to have a different cultures.
Right. Yeah.
And not be the same.
But if you go to a different culture, you learn how they do things, and you know, you adapt to their culture, and so that you do not offend people. But what do you do in a place like America, where it's like different, like a bunch of different culture?
But the thing is that like, as you said, like 1,000 years ago or something like that, thing, you couldn't really be offended by like a handshake. Like now, I don't know how people get offended by handshakes now.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Now, but like earlier, that was like a form of respect. That's a very casual way of approach. Not casual, but formal and
Yeah.
you know. But
Yeah.
now it's just like a handshake. Are you crazy?
Maybe it might be because of there's a way of doing a handshake. You know,
No,
maybe now they're doing it differently.
Yeah, like we just do like this and something like that. But I mean, honestly, like when you do a handshake, that's like formal. Like if you're like meeting an older teacher, you probably just like be like this, like hello, instead of like what's good.
Okay. All right. You know what? I think we had a good conversation. It took us to a different direction. But yeah, I think that was really fun. I think I learned a lot about the Gen Z generation.
Gen Z. Oh my gosh.
The Gen Z. The Gen Z generation in the building. I'm supposed to be saying boo, actually.
We're
Yeah,
just
well,
gonna cut your
whatever
mic.
generation. Just,
Yeah, just,
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing those views. I mean, each and everything that you express is very important. So never keep quiet with something. You know, never hold on to something in your chest, because you know it's pointless. It's gonna eat you within. But if you express it, you will find help. You know, you find people who are going through the same thing, and they're gonna be like, oh yeah, I've been there. You know, this is what you can do. You know, so sharing those things with the people who are watching at home, I think that is phenomenal. And you guys did a great job. Give me a high five, man.
oh, give you a high four.
Exactly. You see, there's high four now. Let me see.
I'm gonna give
Oh,
you
we
five.
still have a high five.
Yeah.
Yeah, old fashioned.
All right. So, any last words from you guys, and then also please remind people where they should go for the show tonight.
All right. Well, thank you for attending, everyone who's watching on Instagram, Facebook,
And Paul.
YouTube. Oh yeah.
Melanie.
Melanie, aka Paul from Croatia. Thank you for tuning in. And also today is at our event that we'll try and be at is called the Hollywood Holiday.
Hollywood.
The Hollywood Holiday. It's at the Yavapai
Performing Arts Center.
Yavapai College Performing Arts Center. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
My brain hit autocorrect. So yeah, it's at 3 p.m. So if you're in Prescott and you want to go watch, then go watch.
Absolutely. What's your other name?
Other name? Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot.
You don't
It's-
even
it's
remember
like-
your other name.
Mine's Miguel from Detroit. His is like Lucy from Lucy.
Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I.
Yours is gonna be William from
William.
Scotland.
Scotland.
William from Scotland. Okay, let's go.
Okay, thank you everybody for watching the live or stream. I don't know which one is correct.
You choose. You choose if you want. You know.
It's actually live streaming.
Yeah, YouTube. And yeah, come hang out and meet with us at the Yavapai College Center.
Yeah. Performing Arts Center. Okay. This is the Global Sunday Show. Batsini bati poo 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 poo. Kurumana from Manchester Kamajan Lugan Gola aka Panava Chocolate. Thank you for watching there on Instagram. This one, who do we have on Instagram? Matepa. Can you read that? You cannot.
Matepa. Yeah.
And then
Underscore Matepa.
who else? Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Actually, I'm supposed
The
to get.
Dansy generation.
No, I'm supposed to go to Costco and pick up a higher prescription for my glasses today. So,
yeah. Shout out to you if you're watching on Instagram. Ebenezer. I think that's Ebenezer. Uncle Birdie. Or Uncle Teddy, something like that. I don't
Birdie.
know. Shout out to you, Birdie. Thank you so much for tuning in. And Melanie, if you are going to be joining us today, we'll see you later. Yeah, real talk, real people. Remember, next week we're gonna be interviewing Kenny. I was supposed to play his audio, and then the Dansy generation started doing their own thing. So. Yeah, I'm just gonna play this audio for you guys, and for Kenny, if you are still watching there at home, we're gonna be talking to this guy next weekend. He's a young hip hop artist. I think he's like 14 years or something like that.
See?
gosh dang!
And, yeah,
Gen Z
yeah,
is superior.
And here you go. Boom.
This is Kenny King. You said you want my information. Well, my real name's Tlantla Kenny. I go by the same name, Dlamini. Well, I was born in Heidelberg, 2004. I grew up in a township called Watanda in Heidelberg City. I go by the stage name Kenny King.
Kenny King. So if you were born in 2004, how old are you now?
18.
18.
That's my brother.
Look, honey, how do you know? You should do.
No, that's why we have a.
No, okay, no, I could do that without the calculator.
Alright. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. This is the Global Sunday Show. Let's say bye-bye.
Bye.
No way.
The sound of a 19-year-old kid.